In this video, I will show you how to generate proxy media files in DaVinci Resolve Studio 19. This is the paid version of DaVinci Resolve, but I believe it's pretty similar on the free one. There is the free version of DaVinci Resolve. So if you have a laptop or a computer that are not very powerful, especially DaVinci Resolve needs a really good graphics card, needs a lot of GPU memory, a lot of VRAM. So the VRAM on my computer is 6 giga and it's really barely minimum. I mean, I use this now, it's 4K, this video is 4K and you can play it, but sometimes during the export it can be very slow. Here I actually use the speed editor to go through the timeline with the jog wheel. I prefer to use the jog wheel the most, and it's actually scroll is also really fast. I like scroll too, and shuttle I don't use it at all. I barely use it. And I go through the timeline now. If you notice in the top right corner there is the button for proxy, but it's not really using proxies now because there is no proxy for these videos, and it can generate the proxies and they are automatically linked to the video, and while you edit it will use the proxies, and when you're finished editing and you're exporting, even if you have the proxies disabled, it will switch automatically to the full media, full resolution media, because that's what you want to export, right? So I will show you now how to create the proxies. The footage here, these videos are 4K, and in the cut page you don't have the option. You have to go to the edit page and you right click on the media you want to generate proxies for. Well, actually in the project settings you can choose the format and the location where to save the proxies. I like to save this on an external SSD that is not very good quality. It's a bit slow, and it's slow for an NVMe drive, and it doesn't have a great capacity, but I use it for caching. This is the size of the previous proxies I created. You can choose 1/8 or 1/4 or half. I believe half or quarter, it's a good option. If the video is too small, 1/8 might fail, so you have to watch out for that. The difference in size there is some difference, but it's not about the difference in size. It's about the format, especially if you choose the DNxR SQ in my case, but you can use DNxR HQ, HQX. I don't know exactly these formats. They're formats that are better to edit with, easier to scroll through than the H.265. The H.265 is very HEVC, it's very heavy on the CPU when scrolling. So I created the proxy media. I really just generate proxies. That's all you have to do, and I have this as a shortcut on the keyboard to do this anytime, even from the cut page. Here actually this part is in high speed, should be high speed, kind of. I don't know why it's taking so long. Okay, it takes a bit of time, and it depends on how many videos you have and how big they are. So this could take between 5 minutes or half hour, 1 hour. These are the files generated. These files, they are a little bit smaller than the originals, but the size is smaller, and the disk size actually for the resolution is not that small, but they are much easier to edit. You see now I use this jog wheel and I can go forward and back very quickly. I noticed when I use the 4K resolution and I edit directly in 4K, after inserting a clip, it takes a little bit of time. There is a bit of lag for the Resolve, but now it's really lightning fast. Lightning speed, really fast. The only problem might be if your laptop is too slow at the export time. This is when the truth moment comes. If there is not enough power for the laptop, for the GPU especially, it might not be able to do the export. So every time when you do this, it's better to do a test run, insert a few clips, do a few edits, try your export with your settings. If you're exporting 4K, then you should try to see if it works, and if it doesn't work, you might have to reduce the bitrate, the resolution, change the codec, try a few other things. But to edit, the proxies really are magical. You can really edit, and you can switch now between proxies and disable proxies if you wanted to. I find myself disabling the proxies whenever I want to really see things on the screen very clearly. If there is some personal information that might be shown on the screen, I try to disable the proxy and go through it quickly. This is after the edit. So during the edit, you really don't need to disable the proxies, but the option is always there. In that corner, you see it there, and it's seamless. I mean, it will switch automatically to the original files when you disable the proxies and back. And during the export, it will really use the originals. There is also the option for optimized media, but I'm not sure how that optimized media works. And that's created automatically if you don't have proxies. But if you have proxies, it's going to use the proxies. And that's really what I do every time. It takes a bit of time to create the proxies at the beginning. I was even thinking that is it worth it to use the resources of the graphics card, the GPU, the CPU to create these proxies. But it is worth it because when you create the proxies, afterwards it's not working so hard. So it's not just about the speed, but it's about also the power consumption of the computer. It will use less power because it's working with the smaller files, and you can see it in the CPU and the GPU resources usage while you're scrolling through a proxy timeline and the original timeline. It would be a difference. You can unlink proxies, you can relink proxies. You can generate the proxies again with another setting, and when you're done with the video, after the video is exported, even before actually, even before you do the export, but I do this after the export, you can delete the proxies. I was trying to find the option in the menus here to delete. I remember I found it at some point, but I don't know, now I couldn't find it. But the easiest way is to have a shortcut to the folder with proxies and delete them. If you have enough space, you can do it once in a while, like every month or so, or every week, or you can do it when the project is finished. You can even have this as part of a script when the Resolve is finished with the export to delete the files, or you can have it as a Python script on your desktop. There is also the manual. So here actually I was trying to go to the manual and find info about this proxies. You can see I'm searching for proxy. It's all about generating, but I don't know why. Maybe they had the option there and they removed it, or I don't know, maybe they moved it somewhere. I remember seeing something, but maybe it was about optimized media, I'm not sure. The thing is that these proxy files, they will take space, so at some point you would want to delete them. And if they are not deleted automatically, you will have to do it manually. I like to delete them as soon as I'm finished with this. I will delete the files. So yeah, now you see it with the proxies disabled. I'm scrolling through the timeline with the proxies disabled, and you see the GPU and the CPU usage. It's mostly about speed actually, because you will be able to, and not just speed, but you might not be able to do this with a laptop that is not fast enough, or a computer that is not fast enough. I hope this helps you. Let me know in the comment section below if you use DaVinci Resolve and what you do with it, what projects you do. Thanks for watching.